At the BET Awards, what was supposed to be a night of celebration turned into pure chaos when Papoose shocked the entire audience by announcing his marriage to Claressa Shields, right there on stage. Cameras caught Remy Ma's face freezing in disbelief before she stormed out in tears. Fans are calling it the most humiliating moment of her career, while insiders say this wasn't just about love, it was revenge. But what really led to this explosive moment? And how did Papoose and Claressa manage to keep their secret marriage under wraps for so long? Let's break down how the BET Awards turned into Remy Ma's heartbreak live on national TV. The BET Awards had always been a place for hip-hop legends to shine, but no one could have predicted the emotional roller coaster that unfolded that night. As Papoose stepped on stage in his signature black tux, fans expected a tribute performance or maybe even a reunion with Remy Ma. But the energy in the room shifted instantly when he took the mic, smiled, and said, "Tonight, I'm celebrating love. Real love. I want the world to meet my wife, Claressa Shields." The audience went silent for a split second, and then gasps filled the entire auditorium. Cameras panned straight to Remy Ma, who was sitting front row, dressed in a sparkling gold gown. Her expression said it all: shock, heartbreak, and rage all at once. Claressa Shields then walked out, radiant and calm, wearing a silver gown that shimmered under the lights. She stood beside Papoose, holding his hand proudly. As if to make sure everyone understood, this wasn't a rumor. This was real. Remy Ma stood frozen for a moment before mouthing something to Fat Joe, who was sitting next to her. According to witnesses close to the stage, Remy whispered, "He didn't. He wouldn't." But the crowd's cheers for Papoose and Claressa made it clear this was no joke or publicity stunt. Pap had just publicly confirmed the rumors that had been swirling for months, just a few weeks earlier. Gossip blogs had reported seeing Papoose and Claressa together at several private events. They were spotted in Detroit at a boxing charity gala, holding hands and laughing like a couple. At the time, Remy dismissed the rumors on Instagram Live, saying, "People love making up stories when they see two successful Black people together." Deep down, her tone carried unease. That night, though, the truth came crashing down for the whole world to see. Fans online immediately went wild. Twitter exploded with posts like, "Remy just watched her husband marry someone else on live TV." And Claressa Shields really won both in the ring and in love. Backstage, insiders revealed that Remy tried to leave the venue immediately but was stopped by security, who needed to ensure the aisle was clear due to ongoing live camera transitions. Witnesses said she was trembling, trying to hold back tears, while Fat Joe attempted to calm her down. "This ain't the place, sis. Let's handle this later," he reportedly told her. Meanwhile, Papoose and Claressa stood confidently on stage as Pap gave an emotional speech about love, loyalty, and finding peace after pain. Many fans thought those lines were a subtle jab at Remy, referencing their past drama from cheating rumors to the growing distance between them. When Claressa leaned in and kissed him in front of everyone, the audience lost it. Some cheered. Others looked uncomfortable, clearly aware that Remy was witnessing the whole thing unfold just feet away, and as if things couldn't get any messier. Cameras caught Remy wiping her face and walking out of the auditorium, her head down, security trailing closely behind her. The bet feed quickly cut away, but not before thousands of viewers saw the raw emotion on her face. What most people didn't realize at that moment, though, was that this wasn't just about love gone wrong. It was about betrayal, pride, and years of tension finally exploding in public. Sources close to both camps claimed that Claressa and Remy had already confronted each other weeks earlier. And what went down that night might have been Papoose's final statement to the world. But how did things spiral so badly between Remy Ma and Papoose, who once called each other ride or die forever? And what role did Claressa really play behind the scenes? Because according to insiders, Remy had been warned and she ignored it. Part 2 gets even deeper into how Papoose's secret romance with Claressa began. What drove Remy to the breaking point? And the shocking betrayal that made this public announcement inevitable. In the weeks leading up to that shocking Bet Awards night, people close to Remy and Papoose had already sensed that something was off. Their once tight bond, the same one that held strong while Remy was behind bars, had started to crumble. Papoose had become distant, showing up less at family events and spending more time traveling under the excuse of business meetings. But what Remy didn't realize was that those meetings often included Claressa Shields. The two had originally connected over business. Papoose was helping Claressa navigate music and branding opportunities as she expanded beyond boxing. What started as mentorship slowly turned into something deeper. Claressa admired Papoose's loyalty and wisdom, while he found her confidence and independence refreshing traits he'd felt were missing from his strained relationship with Remy. Friends later revealed that Pap had told some people privately that he felt unappreciated and emotionally drained in his marriage. "It's like she forgot who we were before the fame," he reportedly confided to a close friend. "I held her down through everything, but now it feels like I'm just another name in her contacts." Meanwhile, Remy was fighting her own battles. She'd been under enormous pressure with her career, upcoming reality show appearances, and public backlash from recent controversies. Those close to her say she was often defensive when people brought up Papoose, insisting, "We're good. Don't believe the internet." But behind closed doors, she was growing suspicious. When she noticed Papoose posting motivational quotes about peace and letting go of toxic love, she confronted him directly. According to insiders, that conversation turned explosive. Remy accused him of sneaking around with Claressa, but Pap denied it, telling her she was tripping and letting gossip blogs poison her mind. However, she wasn't convinced. She had seen subtle signs, new clothes, late-night calls, and a coldness that didn't feel like him. Then came the Detroit Boxing Gala, where everything began to unravel. A few photos leaked online showing Papoose standing close to Claressa, whispering something in her ear while she smiled. Fans immediately noticed the chemistry. One image even showed his hand gently on her back, and that was enough to ignite speculation. Remy was livid. She reportedly called Papoose the next morning, demanding answers. "You told me she was business. This looks personal," she shouted. But instead of reassuring her, Papoose stayed quiet for a long moment before replying. "You pushed me away, Rem." That single sentence, witnesses say, broke her spirit by then. Insiders say Claressa had no interest in keeping things hidden. She respected Remy as an artist, but she also felt she had every right to happiness. And when Papoose started talking about how much Claressa had supported his growth and peace, their connection only deepened. Remy tried to keep her composure in public, but friends noticed her slowly unraveling. She skipped major events, posted cryptic captions about betrayal, and unfollowed several mutual friends on Instagram. It was clear she was hurting, but no one imagined Papoose would actually make it official in such a public, brutal way. What fans didn't see that night at the Bet Awards was that Remy had been warned that Pap planned to make a big announcement. 2 days before the show, someone from the industry allegedly texted her saying, "You might want to skip Sunday. Trust me." But Remy, confident that Papoose would never embarrass her, ignored the warning. When Papoose stood on stage and introduced Claressa as his wife, it was a dagger straight to her pride. She'd stood by him through prison, career ups and downs, and rumors. And this was how it ended. Publicly, without a single conversation. After leaving the venue, witnesses say Remy was inconsolable. She reportedly threw her phone at a wall in the car and yelled, "He played me for the world to see." Her team immediately cut off communications and escorted her to a private location to avoid paparazzi. Fat Joe, who's known Remy for years, tried to call Papoose to mediate, but Pap didn't pick up. Meanwhile, Claressa was glowing backstage. She told reporters, "Love always wins," and brushed off questions about Remy by saying, "I have no bad blood. I just wish her peace." But those words, "I wish her peace," spread online like wildfire. With fans calling them cold and dismissive, social media exploded with divided reactions. Some supported Claressa, saying she deserved happiness, while others accused her of stealing another woman's husband. The hashtags #TeamRemy and #TeamClaress began trending, with thousands of fans taking sides in what quickly became one of the most talked about celebrity dramas of the year. But while fans debated, sources close to Remy revealed that she wasn't done, not by a long shot. Behind the scenes, she was preparing to confront both Papoose and Claressa face-to-face. And when that confrontation finally happened, things didn't go as anyone expected. Part 3 dives into the heated backstage encounter, Remy's emotional meltdown, and the unexpected twist that left everyone, including Claressa, completely speechless. Backstage at the BET Awards, chaos lingered even after the show had ended. Camera crews were packing up, celebrities were mingling. But in a private corridor behind the main stage, the tension was suffocating. Remy Ma, still in her gown, stood surrounded by her small circle Fat Joe, few assistants, and her stylist, all trying to calm her down. Her hands trembled as she paced, her eyes red but sharp with fury. "She really thinks this funny?" Remy muttered under her breath, clenching her fists. "He couldn't even tell me to my face, had to do it on stage." The pain in her voice cut through the air like a blade. Fat Joe tried reasoning with her, saying, "Ma, not here. Let's handle this later." But Remy wasn't hearing it. She'd spent years defending Papoose, calling him her king, her solid rock, and tonight he'd shattered that image in front of the entire world. Down the hall, Papoose and Claressa were doing interviews, smiling as if the entire world hadn't just caught fire. Claressa had her arm gently looped through Papoose's, flashing her new diamond ring as reporters asked questions. "We've kept it private for a while," she said confidently, "but it feels good to celebrate love openly." That statement, just those few words, was all it took for Remy to lose control. She stormed out of her waiting area and down the hallway, cameras accidentally catching glimpses of her movement as security rushed to follow. Witnesses say you could feel the energy shift the moment she appeared. The crowd went quiet, and the reporters froze mid-question. Remy walked straight up to Papoose and Claressa, her voice low but trembling. "You call this love?" she said, her tone cutting through the silence. "You couldn't tell me to my face before making a show out of it." Claressa tried to speak, but Remy snapped, "Nah, don't even start." Papoose took a small step forward, his voice calm but firm. "Rem, it wasn't meant to be like this. I tried to talk to you. You weren't hearing me anymore." That only set her off further. "Oh, you mean when you were creeping behind my back? When you told me she was just business?" She fired back. "You lied to me and you humiliated me in front of the whole damn world." The argument escalated fast. Claressa attempted to de-escalate, saying softly, "This isn't the time or place." But Remy turned on her, fury in her eyes. "Don't tell me about time and place. You're standing next to my husband wearing a ring that should have never been yours." Security immediately stepped in, trying to create distance, but by then, the media had already caught the tension. Someone leaked a short clip online showing Remy yelling, "You'll regret this, both of you," before being pulled away by security. Within minutes, it was everywhere: Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, with captions like, "Remy Ma confronts Papoose and Claressa after bet bombshell," trending across all platforms. The confrontation left everyone speechless. Claressa was escorted out through a side exit, visibly shaken, while Papoose remained quiet, head down, not saying a word. Behind the scenes, people whispered that he'd looked broken, torn between two worlds he couldn't reconcile anymore. The next morning, the internet was in chaos. News outlets ran headlines like BET Awards meltdown, Remy Ma explodes backstage. After Papoose's shocking marriage reveal and Claressa Shields' response to Remy's rage, "I'm not the villain here." Claressa posted a short message on her Instagram story saying, "I didn't take anything from anyone. God doesn't give what belongs to others." Fans were quick to interpret it as a subtle jab at Remy. Meanwhile, Remy went silent. No posts, no statements, no appearances. Just complete radio silence. But when she finally did break that silence, it wasn't with words. It was with a powerful image. She posted a black and white photo of herself, staring into the camera with a caption that simply read, "Betrayal changes everything." The post received millions of likes within hours, and fans flooded the comments with support, calling her a queen for standing strong and a woman who deserved better. Behind closed doors, however, things were even more intense. Sources close to Remy say she fell into a deep emotional spiral after that night. She canceled upcoming shows, turned down interviews, and isolated herself for weeks. One insider said, "Remy's never been broken like this. She's always been the strong one, but this time, she really got hit where it hurts." Meanwhile, Claressa was facing her own backlash. Many in the entertainment and boxing community accused her of being the reason behind the split. Sponsors began distancing themselves quietly. And even some of her fans questioned whether the public announcement had been the right move. But through it all, Claressa stood by her decision, saying, "I'm not apologizing for love. I know what we have is real." Papoose, on the other hand, stayed completely silent for nearly a month. Then, out of nowhere, he posted a cryptic message that sent everyone talking again. Sometimes love evolves. Sometimes it ends. But truth always finds its way. He didn't name anyone, but everyone knew what he meant. Insiders say that despite the fallout, Papoose and Claressa are still together, but privately. They've kept things quiet after realizing how explosive the public reaction was. As for Remy, those close to her say she's slowly picking herself up, focusing on her music, and channeling her pain into her art. But there's still one unanswered question that lingers in everyone's mind. Did Papoose and Remy ever legally divorce before that marriage announcement? Some documents suggest no, while others claim it was finalized quietly months before. Until someone confirms it, the mystery remains. What's clear, though, is that the fallout from that one shocking night changed the lives of all three forever. What was once hip-hop's most admired love story had become a headline about betrayal, heartbreak, and redemption. And though fans may continue to speculate, the truth of what really happened behind those closed doors will forever stay between them. But if there's one thing people know about Remy Ma, it's that she never stays down for long. The world might have seen her walk out in tears that night, but deep down, everyone knows she's already plotting her comeback stronger, smarter, and ready to make everyone who doubted her remember exactly who she is. This entire situation between Remy Ma, Papoose, and Claressa Shields has left fans speechless. A love story that once stood as one of hip-hop's most solid foundations, now shattered right before our eyes. But if there's one thing history has shown, it's that Remy never lets pain define her. She turns it into power. Will this heartbreak spark her next career-defining moment? Or will Papoose and Claressa's public romance backfire under the weight of the backlash? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, this story is far from over. If you want to stay ahead of every twist, every leak, and every explosive moment that follows, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Because the next chapter in this saga might just expose secrets none of them ever wanted the world to see.